Adam here with the Walser Automotive Group. What I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next we have the 2024 Mazda CX-5. Now this is the 2.5 S Preferred trim. So we'll look at the specifics for that, the interior, the exterior, and then go for a spin around and see what it's like out on the open road. Okay, so now we're in the CX-5 and I want to cover what the Preferred package offers. So this one, it's going to be the leather trim seats. You're going to get the sunroof up above, the HomeLink auto dimming mirror, so you can program your garage door opener. And then also in the back, you're going to get the power liftgate, which is a very convenient feature that can either be clicked from the outside or used on the key fob. But beyond that, let's go for a spin around. Now, there's a lot of different trim levels and it can get a little confusing when looking at the CX-5, but just know that all of them are going to have two different engine options, a 2.5 and the 2.5 turbo. So this one is the standard 2.5 and it's going to get you about 29 miles per gallon on the highway, which gives you about 25 combined. Now, every Mazda CX-5 is going to come with their iActive all-wheel drive system. So what does that mean? That means those Minnesota winters that are creeping up really quickly here are going to be a breeze. So with the all-wheel drive system, it's going to help you kind of be pretty smart in getting the best possible fuel economy, but then when you need it or the vehicle senses slip, it's going to kick in and help give you that bite and traction in the snow or off-road. So the 2.5S, there's a couple different trim levels here. With the Preferred package, like I said, adds that equipment. You can also, pretty much load one of these up to the moon and get all the good equipment you could expect. But with the standard version here, we're gonna have the Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So I've got my phone set up. So it's a touchscreen when you're stopped or parked. And then there's a controller down here for when you're on the go. So the point behind that is Mazda wants you to be safe when you're out on the open road, and you can kind of skip that by using the voice control right here on the steering wheel, which is going to pull up Siri, and you can ask it to do things that way. Now, there's also a ton of safety in this vehicle. This one offers blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking. There's also an adaptive cruise control system. So that's a pretty cool feature if you're doing a lot of highway driving. It's going to help keep you safe when you're out on the road by keeping 4, 3, 2, 1 car distance lengths ahead of you and keeping up with that pace of traffic. Now, there's also a lane departure system. So if it senses you're kind of dipping in and out of your lane, it will notify you, and then that way it will kind of help you stay safe when you're out on the road, whether it's just you or the family in the car. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're very safe, and the CX-5 does a good job of providing that. Now, the interior on this one, like I mentioned, has the leather trim seats, and they're going to be heated as well. So the driver and the passenger get heated seats. This also has memory and its power with the lumbar support as well, which does make a pretty big difference. So how is the ride and drive out on the open road? Like I said, with the all-wheel drive system in the 2.5, I found it to have enough kind of zip and get up and go. But if you want more, jump up to the turbo model because it's noticeably different, especially when you're using premium gas, you get even more horsepower. So if you want that extra kind of zoom or get up and go, I think the turbo would be one to look at. But if you want the best possible fuel economy and maybe you don't need it, and this thing is more than capable of getting out of its own way and jumping out into traffic. So I think it's a pretty good option to go either way, just depending on your preferences. But the ride overall is very compliant on the road. These Minnesota roads are terrible this time of year with potholes or whether it's ice or kind of slippery conditions out there, and this vehicle provides you with a lot of confidence. Like I mentioned, all those safety features, plus with the all-wheel drive system and the comfort of the interior, I think it's a great vehicle that obviously day-to-day would be very easy to live with. Now inside again, you also have the dual climate control, so the driver and the passenger can select a different temperature. There's USBs in the armrest here, so I've got my phone plugged in there, so it's charging up when I'm on the go. And then in the back, if you fold down the armrest, there's also a couple USBs in there, which is pretty cool, whether you got the kids or any rear passengers. So how is the rear legroom? Now, obviously, if you've got a growing family and you need a lot of space, there's the CX-90, which is Mazda's newest vehicle in the lineup, and that gives you the third row and a lot of space. But for this one, day to day, there's plenty of room in the back, and if you're not hauling people around, you can actually fold those seats down, and that's gonna give you even more cargo space. So it's a 40-20-40 split. So if you've got skis, you can kick down the middle, still keep 2 people in the back and let that cargo run through the center, or you can fold each side down individually, and there's a very convenient way to do it. If you're in the back, you don't have to walk around to the side. You can actually just pull these little levers, kicks the seat down, and you've got all the storage space you need. But I think I'm about 6'1", and where I'm driving comfortably, I think there's enough room in the back maybe for a super long road trip, it could get a little tighter back there, but I think overall, the general space in the back, if you've got the car seat back there, or if you've got the kids in the back, I think they're gonna be more than comfortable, especially when they got their USB plugs, keep everything charged up, they'll be happy. So the 2.5 S Preferred, like I said, with this equipment in here, and I think the day-to-day livability, I mean, for me, what does it break down to? I've got my CarPlay, I've got the heated seats, which I love. The only other thing is if you move up the trim level, you can also add in the heated steering wheel, which is a definite favorite option of mine. And the ventilated seats is really cool as well. But I think overall, this, for the value, the MSRP is just over $32,000. So if you think of the average new car price right now is over $48,000. So this one's gonna give you leather trim seats, CarPlay, all the safety, the backup camera is awesome in here, and a comfortable ride and drive for everyday usage. I think this is a bargain, and definitely with the styling on the exterior, I think it looks good and it's sporty and fun to drive, yet it's comfortable and compliant on the road. I think if you're in the market for a crossover SUV, you absolutely have to add the Mazda CX-5 to your list. Come out and take one for a spin and see what you think. So that was just a quick look and drive in the 24 CX-5. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Mazda locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.